I have received a strange letter. Very peculiar stamp, but it's stuck on with mucilage. When I go to open the letter, the flap is stuck down with mucilage. When I open it up, what's inside? Lo and behold, a recipe for mucilage. Let's see how you make it, because it's very interesting stuff. It's very useful stuff too. It only needs three things. One of them is gelatin, and depending on the size or the amount you want to make, pick a bigger or smaller spoon, but you need 3 spoons of gelatin. 1, 2, 3. Then you need 8 spoons of vinegar. 1, 7, 8. If I look a bit rough, I am. It doesn't really matter. Then we'll get that boiling on the stove. Turn on the gas or electricity if that's what you have, and keep stirring, otherwise it will catch on the bottom. It will catch very easily. But you'll find that it will get hot and it will dissolve the gelatin in the vinegar. Now that's going to be the mucilage pretty well, but it would taste nasty. So if you want to improve it, give it a better taste by adding flavouring. Peppermint, vanilla, whatever you like. I've got lemon here, so we add 1 spoon of flavouring, in this case lemon. And there we are. And that's the total mucilage mix. And I'm going to keep stirring that until all the gelatin is dissolved in the vinegar. And that looks just about right, so we'll put the gas off. Smells wonderful. But you can see it's a sort of soupy, gluey mess. And gluey it is, because that's mucilage. Now you can, of course, just paint it on. But let's just go through the recipe first. It was 3 of gelatin, 8 of vinegar, and 1 of flavouring. That's all you need. And heat it till it all dissolves. Let's see what happens. If we just paint it on with a brush to a bit of paper, you get a snail-like streak. And you can use that immediately as a glue if you want to stick something down. Stick it on, and the glue will both set and eventually dry. Already it's sticking that down. But any sort of glue will do that. What you want is a glue that's a licky sticky. So paint it on, just restore that bit, and let it dry, and it will come out like that. And in this form, you can see, it's curled the paper a bit, but it's absolutely dry to the touch. Just like the glue that you find on the inside of licky sticky envelopes. Wonderful. And all you have to do is to lick it and stick it. And the warmth and the wetness of your saliva will melt the glue and then solidify it, and so now already you can see that that's stuck down just like a sealed envelope. And that's very useful glue, licky sticky glue. What for? Well, making your own envelopes is one reason. Let's get rid of all this and see how we do that. In fact, if you want to make your envelope, the best way is to start with a square of paper and fold all the corners, or 3 of the corners, just past the centre. There's 1. We will now stick this one down to that, and this other side down, and paint mucilage around the flap there and there. If you did that, you'd end up with this sort of result. Mucilage is all the way around there, and the envelope stuck down with the note inside. All you have to do is to do what you do with many envelopes, lick the mucilage and stick the flap down. Here we go. Lick. Wonderful lemon flavour. Stick, and you can send it once you've stuck a stamp on the front. Now you have to use an ordinary stamp. You can't get away from that. It's got mucilage too, but you can put your own stamp on the back. So you can make those by drawing them on a piece of paper, turning it over, and behind the design, using the mucilage, once again, to paint a good sticky background. That's a recent one, but these have been done some time before. You see that mucilage is dried into that crusty layer, again, dry to the touch, but all you have to do is to cut them out, and you've got a licky sticker. In fact, I've got one here. I've cut that out. You can see the mucilage on the back, and that's ready to be stuck as a seal on the envelope. Can't use it as a stamp, but you can stick it on the envelope anyway. You have to lick it, and you have to stick it. But it will stay there because that's the way it's designed to be. So it's great stuff, mucilage, especially the kind that dries and waits for you to lick it and stick it. Don't waste what you got in the saucepan. It's molten there. If you throw it out, you have to start again next time you need some. Just pour it into a jar. It'll flow like honey. but it won't stay like honey very long. As it cools, it sets, but it is reusable. In fact, once it's been put in the fridge, which is the best place to keep it, it'll come out like rubber. You can see if I poke it with the end of the brush there. It dents like rubber. But it easily melts again if you put it into a pan of boiling or very hot water. It melts, paint it on, and you've got mucilage you can just keep on using. It's great stuff.